as the clock ticks, it is evident that William Samoei Ruto is finding it very rough, and the fact that until today he hasn't named his cabinet is proof enough that all is not well within Kenya Kwanza. And personally, as a Kenyan citizen, I think some of those people that William Samoei Ruto sees as his lieutenants, he looks at them and sees that these are people who cannot deliver. If you ask me, I'll advise William Samoei Ruto to just raid as me One Kenya Alliance, get the leaders there, and have his cabinet complete. I find the mere fact that the likes of, AISHA JUMWA, the likes of SUDI, I'm just trying to imagine that kind of cabinet, a cabinet that will have, AISHA JUMWA probably as a CS for, sports. And you know very well that AISHA JUMWA has a difficulty in speaking. You remember during the gubernatorial debate, she literally skipped that debate and opted for a one-on-one interview by one of the news televisions. So Rigathi Gachagua said that they've opted to emulate what Kibaki did. They would like to set up a cabinet or a government akin to what Kibaki set up during the reigns of Kibaki. And if I'm not wrong, I think Kibaki decided to raid ODM, and I think there was a time Kibaki raided ODM and appointed some cabinet secretaries from Raila Amolo Odinga's party. That is what Kibaki did. That was after Kibaki noticed that the people that were surrounding him could not deliver. Remember, the only time that we did not see any major scandal was during Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's time. It's fine, we heard about Kimwarer, but the bigger corruption cases like the one for Anglolism were visible or were found during Kibaki's tenure. And we remember the Golden Bag scandal that many people believe that could have been the reason why our economy was adversely affected, came at a time when Moi was in power. And what's funny is that Musalia Mudavadi was the Minister of Finance back then. That is, if my facts are correct. So we find this very strange. If William Samoei Ruto is trying to emulate what Kibaki did, probably is going to emulate what Moi did. And since we know very well that it's evident that the chief minister will be Musalia Mudavadi, then rest assured that this Kenya Kwanza government will be full of corruptions, if my facts again are correct. I think what I could advise William Samoei Ruto very well is now that you're the president of the Republic of Kenya, forget your lieutenants. If Ruto is to succeed going forward, if the dreams that William Samoei Ruto had, the dreams that he used to share in those campaigns are things that he would like to see happen, then Ruto needs to go beyond the declaration that he made in Naivasha when he said that he wasn't going to offer the opposition any kind of job. That was a bit personal, if I may refer to it that way, but because I think the best thing that William Samoei Ruto should do going forward is to get people from Azimio to work for him, because it's evident. These people in Kenya Kwanza are planning or already twisting William Samoei Ruto into making wrong decisions. You remember the case of when William Samoei Ruto wanted to opt for Kithure Kindiki to be his deputy. The people, the likes of Kipchumba Murkomen, the likes of Imani Chungwa, decided that no, that was not going to be the case. They decided to force William Ruto to appoint Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. Now, in the cabinet selection, we know that the tough stand of Rigathi Gachagua could be one of those reasons that is making William Samoei Ruto find it pretty hard to name a cabinet of his choice. Remember, the cabinet appointment role is reserved for the president only. Rigathi Gachagua has no role there. But Rigathi Gachagua kept claiming that the 40% that were assured to us must be given to us, the Mount Kenya. So that calculation is what is making William Samoei Ruto find it pretty rough. And as a result, I think that is the reason why we're likely to see the likes of, SUDI get appointed as cabinet secretaries. I mean, I'm just wondering how this cabinet will look like if the likes of AISHA JUMWA are given cabinet slots as cabinet secretaries. How will that government look like? Personally, I don't expect much from SUDI. I mean, as being a characters, because I mean that will be the joke of a century. How will SUDI become the CS for maybe security? How will SUDI receive a delegation, and how will SUDI communicate? I mean, personally, I even think that the simple idea of JUMWA becoming a CS is also, that's a second joke. How will that cabinet look like? So personally, I think William Samoei Ruto should make an informed decision, a decision that will be non-partisan. I mean, he should look for people who can deliver beyond, people who are beyond the UDA fraternity. Already we are seeing there's a lot of silent war in the Kenya Kwanza fraternity, because the people of the likes of ANC for Kenya are beginning to cry foul, because it is apparent that UDA are planning to take over all those seats. I think one of the reasons why William Samoei Ruto has not appointed the cabinet or nominated the people to be in his cabinet is because of this jostling, because of the silent war within the Kenya Kwanza parties. Of course, everybody is claiming for a fair share. I don't know. I'm privy to the information of the discussions that are going on, but I think they could be asking themselves, if we gave UDA the presidency, we gave UDA the deputy presidency, then I think the cabinet secretaries should come from these other constituent parties that are formulating the Kenya Kwanza brand. So, personally, that's why I think that the mere reason that William Samoei Ruto has not appointed the cabinet secretaries to this level is because that he looks at the likes of Ketu Alguru. Of course, William Samoei Ruto has to award Ketu Alguru, because how will Ketu Alguru be, just a normal mwananchi without a cabinet secretary slot? I mean, William Samoei Ruto is looking at this issue beyond the first term. It's looking at 2027, because this can be a make or break session. Either create enmity or continue making more allies. So that's what we're seeing with this pretty serious exercise, the exercise of nominating cabinet secretaries. So William Samoei Ruto is very careful not to make a blunder. A slight blunder in this nomination might cost him 2027 general election, however smart he is. But a rebellion will come out of these nominations, and going forward, that rebellion will give Azimio Kenya Alliance more strength, more powers to oppose the government. That is the time we expect to see a deeper fallout. The fallout is not visible now because the expectations of these leaders are still intact according to them. The only time that these expectations will be short-lived is after the nomination of the cabinet secretaries. That is the time that reality will dawn on William Samoei Ruto, that all these leaders have all been campaigning for you with the mere expectation that they will get the cabinet secretary slot. So William Samoei Ruto should go beyond, the lieutenants and get competent people even from the opposition party. And looking at the likes of Joe can perform. I mean, the likes of Sabina Chege, these are people who can perform. Martha Karua, perform. Minister for Justice, very, very good. But if I look at the people within the Kenya Kwanza, I see no leader who can deliver as a cabinet secretary. So ladies and gentlemen, do you think I'm right? Do you think my points are correct? Do you think that William Samoei Ruto should just go to the Azimio Kenya Alliance, talk to Raila Amolo Odinga about the possibility of appointing people from the Azimio One Kenya Alliance faction? Tell me below in the comment section there what you feel. But I would like to urge you, first-time viewer or a regular viewer who's not subscribed, please to take a moment and subscribe to our channel. Until you meet again for more analysis, I'd like to leave you with those few remarks, and please stay safe and take care.